All right, folks, I have a lot of them because I love them. This is just a fantastic car. This is a 2001 Saturn LW 300. I think what the LW means, it's the L series, W stands for wagon, but 300 means it's the top of the line. And I can assure you this thing has pretty much everything I think you could put in one of these cars, with the exception, I think, maybe of a sunroof. Other than that, it's got everything. Leather, heated seats, everything. Great car. I like this car so much, I even had my wife drive it for a month or so. That's what I thought of this car. All right, let me start her up for you. Okay, first of all, it's got a gazillion lights you can see there, but none of them are on permanently. Why? Because the car runs fantastic. In fact, the only lights you see on right now is the one telling you need to put your seatbelt on, and that little green headlight means it's got daytime running lights. All right, as you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit. It does have 157, 212 miles, which I can assure you, I have sold many of these Saturns with over 200,000 miles. So that is absolutely nothing to worry about. I believe this car is mechanically and interior and body-wise in exceptional shape. But keep in mind, as a 13-year-old car with 157, not as like compared to a brand new car, obviously. All right, let's do our power equipment. All right, there's your right rear window, right side front. As you can see, the sun's going down, so hopefully the light will be good for this. All right, there's your left rear, and of course the all-important driver with auto down. Saturns don't do auto up, so it doesn't have that. All right, let's do mirrors. Power. There's your left one, works as it should. And more importantly, your right one works. That's the really important one. All right, as you can see, I have the leather heated seat on, and I can tell you my buns are getting warm. So it definitely works on this side. This side, the light goes on, couldn't tell you. It's a little cool out today, so it's difficult to check the air conditioning, but I know my wife would have told me if it wasn't working properly, so I'm pretty sure this air is ice cold. In fact, yeah, it's actually, I can tell. Let me turn the compressor off, and that'll tell me if it changes and gets warmer. Yes, so the air, yes, absolutely, air conditioner, ice cold. Factory fog lamps, cruise control on the wheel. It's got tilt wheel, delay wipers. Oh, horn. There you go. I want to check the wipers for you guys. There we go. This is just such a nice car. But check this out. Look at how clean. Now this is light gray, and light gray would show every stain, every mark. And at least so far, that is exceptional. Here is your driver's console area, exceptionally clean. Look at even where your arm goes, how clean and nice that is. This is such a super, super nice car. All right, hit the power door locks. Yes, it does have remote keyless entry, and it does work. Okay, let's see if the hatch is open. All right, I didn't hear anything, but we'll see. Then we're gonna go out and we'll check the car over. And of course, the first thing, like I always do, are the tires. So here we go. Left front tire, I gotta tell you, these couldn't be that old. That's probably 90 to 95% of the tread is left on them. All right, let's go to this back one. Must have been replaced at the same time because it's got the same tread, 90 to 95% left. This side, and again, 90 to 95% of the tread. And the front one, also the same. Now, they are mounted on the nice aluminum alloy wheels, as you can see, but I would really like to point one thing out to you guys. This car has matching tires. Somebody cared enough about this car that when they replaced the tires, they replaced all 4 of them, and they put a matched set on here. That's really important to me, but I think it'll be important to you. But when I show you a few more things about this car, you will see what I mean why I'm so excited about what a nice car it is. Right front fender. No dents, no nicks, and only the tiniest little mark right there. Okay, going on to the right front passenger door. No dents, no nicks. Well, it's actually kind of stupid for me to say no dents, because see, the door's made out of plastic, so of course it's not gonna have any dents. but it would have, you know, could have gouges, stuff like that. But anyway, here's your door jamb. As you can see, beautiful condition. Do your door frame. And of course, you're not going to find any rust down here where there normally is, because that's also made out of plastic. All right, but this part here, just so you know, is metal. But look at this passenger side. Oh, actually, I didn't do the driver's side. That's even much nicer, but look at this. Dual airbags. Here's your headliner. This is just a fantastic car. I am so sure that whoever buys this car is going to absolutely love it. All right, let's do the back. All right, here's your door jamb. Look at how clean this back is. You know, I've said this before, it's almost like a cliche now for me, but I have to say, this rear seat literally looks like no one has ever actually sat in it. There's no marks on the floor, no stains. This car was unbelievably well kept. Here's your door frame. And of course, you know, being it's plastic, it's in, of course, perfect condition. All right, let's do our roof. Now, as you can see, it does have a roof rack. Does not have crossbars, so I don't know whether that means it didn't come with them or this person didn't have that option, but I really don't know. All right, this side, as you can see, look at how clean that quarter panel is. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. Here's your rear hatch. Very nice. Yes, it does have the very nice V6. Here's the rear bumper. It's got a couple of scrapes, which of course, you know, is pretty common, but look at the bumper's not even all beat up. Let's take a look underneath the car. And you'll see it's so nice and so clean. It's just silly how nice this car is. All right, let's open her up and check this out. It's got, it's like, I don't think this guy ever used this thing as a wagon. Look at how clean this car is. Fantastic. It's got the fold down seats. So you would have all of this space all the way up to the back of the front seats if you needed it to load things in. And you also have, as you can see, your cargo cover. And what that cargo cover does is when that's shut, or when the hatch is shut, that hides all your stuff that's in there. Fantastic, right? Let's pull this up. And there it is, your spare tire, your jack, everything present and accounted for. Lock that down. I'm going to leave that cover closed, and that way you can see. When I close this, all right, you can see now they can't peer in and look at your stuff. Rear window defogger and a rear wiper. Okay, coming to this side. As you can see, quarter panel is perfect. All right, this is your left side passenger door. Perfect. Look at this. Look at just how clean this car is. I have literally seen cars with 30,000 miles beat up worse than this car. Actually, a lot worse than this car. I'll do your roof on this side. So far, I've only found one really tiny scratch on the other side, and that's it. Here's your driver's door. Look at that. This car is so close to being perfect, it's not even funny. The only reason I'm not going to say it's perfect, because no such thing as a perfect used car. Look at, there's your floor mat underneath. Look at that carpeting. Doesn't that look like it's almost brand new? Obviously, somebody had floor mats in it its whole life, and they were just very good to this car. Oh, I love this. Power, besides heated seats, this is also a power seat. So here, watch. Backwards, forwards, no problem. Here's your recline. Back, up, and of course the seat goes down and up, as you can see. All right, so again, this is just a ridiculously clean, nice car. Everything I know about this car as far as mechanical, everything works on it. All right, left front fender, beautiful condition. Here's the test of a car. Always the front. You can always see how a car was taken care of. Well, first of all, if you'll notice, the headlights are very clean, in very good condition. But when we get down low, all right, as you can see, factory fog lights. It is not beat up. It was not shoved into curbs. Just a super nice car. Now, we'll see if we can see anything under here. Sorry, it's really hard for me to do this. There we go. I don't know if you guys got to see anything or not. I just couldn't get down low enough. All right, let's look under the hood. All right, here we go. Now, of course, heart and soul of any vehicle is this part right here. This is a 3-liter twin cam 24 valve engine. Looks like kind of space agey, doesn't it? It's kind of neat actually. But this thing does run good, and it's quick, and it runs really nice. I just had another one of these. I think it was like an 01, 02, same thing, a white one. More mileage, and boy did that thing run good. Well, this one runs just as good, if not maybe even a little bit better. Now, the tricky part is, I don't know, I'm looking, probably should have checked this out beforehand, where I can rev this thing up for you guys without getting my fingers like caught in there. I don't see a spot, so I'm just gonna have to, oh, look at this. Looks like new hoses were put on it very recently. Look at this, nice braided hose there for the, I guess, fuel injection. Just a well-maintained car. Boy, I gotta tell you. Look at the AC has been done. There's all kinds of really good stuff about this car. Holy cow. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Nope, that's not it. All right, well, I thought it would be easy. All right, what I'm gonna do then, folks, is I'm just gonna shut my yap and let you guys just listen to this engine as it purrs along just for a minute. This car does idle quietly, but there's a couple things I do know about it. There is no high rev knock, there's no lifter noise, there's no valve train noise. This car runs almost perfectly. Here's your hood, because this is made out of metal, so if there's going to be any rust, in fact, there's a tiny, tiny little spot right there. That is the most negative thing I can actually say about this car. And how silly is that for a 2001 model year car that's the worst thing I can find out about it. Now, here's your hood, and surprisingly, very few stone chips in it. Usually a car with over 100,000 miles has stone chips galore. Not this car. Again, well taken care of. Now, and here is probably one of the coolest parts of this car, I think. Especially if you live in New Jersey, you'll think this. But get this. This car has a valid New Jersey inspection sticker until January of 2015. That's over a year and 3 months away from now before you would have to get this car inspected in New Jersey. But if you do live elsewhere, at least that tells you this did just recently pass New Jersey state inspection. But look at how nice this car looks. And the other strange thing about this car is it's blue. Almost every Saturn I get is white, black, or red. But I like the blue. This is nice. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take it for a ride. Okie doke. Now, as good as this car looks, it runs equally as well. But first off, I'm going to do a warm start. A couple people have commented that I would always just like start the car in the beginning of the video when it was cold, and I just leave it running and drive it. And some people were concerned that I never did a warm start. So now my habit is I'm going to try to always do at least one warm start during the video, and that was it. And as you can see, starts up fine. I don't know if you could hear me revving the engine, but you can hear there's no knocks. There was no smoke at all coming out. It's not burning any oil. Heated seat, nice and toasty. Like I said, my buns are, you know, really great shape. I have, just so you know, put between me and my wife well over 400 or 500 miles on this car. So like I said, I'm pretty experienced with it. 4-speed automatic transmission. So with the 3-liter, which is a smallish V6, 4-speed automatic, you should get pretty decent gas mileage. I mean, it's not going to be like a stick shift 4-cylinder, but still not bad. All right, let's see. We'll take her for a spin here, get out before traffic, and here we go. It's so smooth too. That's what I love about that 6-cylinder. The 4-cylinder is nice for fuel economy, but let me tell you something. The 6-cylinder is just so smooth. All right, here we go. Doing 50 miles an hour, no problem. All right. Go to wheel. You know, the road's crown. It goes a little to the right like it's supposed to, but other than that, it goes straight down the road. All right. Has the overdrive. Now, I did notice one curious thing on this car, and actually my wife mentioned it, and I don't know what it's due to, whether it's tire pressure or whatever. Anyway, at around 45 miles an hour, if you step on the gas hard, you get a little tiny wobble. Don't know what that means. It only does it under certain conditions. As soon as you let off the gas, that's the weird part, it goes away. So who the heck knows what that could be? But like I said, it never seemed to bother us, and it's certainly not a problem as far as like safety or whatever, because I did check with my mechanic. It's just, I don't know, maybe the tires need to be balanced or something. I have no idea. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is a brake check. And what that is I'm going to pull into the vacant lot across the street from my place. There's a patch of loose gravel. I know where it is. I take my hands off the wheel, slam on the brakes, and we see what happens. It just helps a little bit. It's nothing great. But what I'd like you to do, please, is keep your eyes on the steering wheel and see what happens. Because if the wheel goes wildly one way or the other, you know there might be a brake issue. But if it doesn't, then there isn't. But I also am going to show something else to you too. So please, this is a part where you should really pay attention to the video. And I'll explain why as soon as I'm done. All right, here, pull in here. This car's so quiet, I can't believe it. Right, I gotta slow down a little bit, find my patch of gravel. If I go to steering wheel in. Okay, I don't know if you noticed or not, but this car, the wheel, you know, just turned just a little bit, stopped on a dime. Okay, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why I like to do this little test for you, because hey, you know what? You can't drive the car if you live in Michigan or if you live in Tennessee or Virginia. That's where a lot of my customers are not, believe it or not, come from. Read my feedback. You'll see they come from very far away. And I've had very good luck because I'm careful to go over all the safety features, especially in the car. I may not fix every tiny little thing wrong with a car, but I will darn sure make sure it is safe for you to drive home no matter where you live. And speaking of that, I can tell you this right now. I would not be afraid to jump into this car and drive it across the country. Exactly the condition it's in right now. The only thing I would recommend you do with this car at all, I mean at all, at the most, is get the oil changed. Other than that, this car does, oh yeah, maybe get the tires balanced, something like that. Other than that, this car is good to go. Okay, time to do a little recap here, and then we'll take one last walk around the car, and then I'll shut up. This is a 2001 Saturn SW300 with 157,213 miles on it now. Fabulous. I would say I'm going to give this car a 9 out of 10 on the interior, and a 9 out of 10 on the exterior, and a 9 out of 10 on mechanical. And I got to tell you something, that's the highest grade I can give. Because as I said before, and I'll say it again, I can never give 10 out of 10 for any used car because they're used. But 9 out of 10 to me, I might as well just say 100%. And that's how nice this car is. I can't wait to sell this car to somebody because I know they're going to be overjoyed with this car. So if you've got a small family, that, you know, if you started a family, if you got only a couple kids and you need a very reliable, nice looking car, here you go. Or you know what else this would be a really good vehicle for? If you have like a small delivery service or something where you need to deliver, you know, smallish packages, but you do need that space in the back of the car, well, let me tell you something. This is the one for you, I gotta tell you. So, as I always do, I hope this car goes to someone that really needs a good, reliable car. Thank you.